Hey, it's Celebrate Truth. I'm Robbie Davidson, and guess what? Logan Paul is freaking people out. That's right. The mainstream is going crazy. If you're not in the know, Logan Paul is about to release his Flat Earth documentary on March 20th, 2019. He just came out with a trailer. We're going to get into that and a whole lot more, so stay tuned. That's right. Logan Paul is in the news like crazy. And again, they are using this as so much damage control. It's unbelievable. I wanted to do a quick live stream, especially with The Verge, with their latest article. I'm telling you, they are in so much damage control. It actually is a little scary, to tell you the truth, because the words they're using and what they're saying is, it should be alarming to most people when you actually understand exactly what they're trying to do. Now, again, if people aren't familiar, they've been moving really swiftly to suppress all of the views when it comes to YouTube and the algorithms, and it's getting a little crazy. I'll tell you one thing. It's like, if you haven't been following exactly what's going on, you definitely have to stay tuned and find out exactly what's happening, because they are in massive damage control. Now, a lot of people are skeptical and they think, well, what's Logan Paul going to do? He just released his trailer. We're going to watch a clip of that if you haven't seen that, and I'll let you guys kind of decide what you think of it. But let me just tell you one thing. He's getting a lot of hate already just with the trailer. If you actually go to his page, and I will have a link in the description, you will see that there's a lot of people, with the same remarks. But what's most alarming is the damage control and how they're using words like dangerous. And we're going to read this article because there's a lot of stuff here that I think we have to unpack and understand exactly what's going on. Because when they're starting to bring Shane Dawson and Logan Paul into the mix and saying, look, this is really dangerous in what they're doing, this is an absolute suppression of free speech. And you're going to even see with the comments, it's unbelievable what people are actually even saying about Logan Paul's trailer, and even touching on these conspiracy theories, and getting a lot of people kind of sucked in to this misinformation, is what they call it. And as we're going to see, what are they so afraid of? Again, most of the comments are like, this is the stupidest thing we've ever heard of. There's no way this is real. What are they so afraid of? Well, here's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of the truth. And there's the powers that should not be are behind the scenes, definitely putting pressure on the social media giants such as YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and we're going to see crackdowns happening more and more. And I think 2019 has been a really staggering year as far as how fast they're moving in the search results. I've done videos on this on my channel as far as suppressing searches. If you do a search for flat earth, you find nothing but junk. You used to find some really great quality videos, nothing. When you look in recommended videos, those are all going away. Just recently, my documentary, it's actually my most viewed documentary on my channel, Celebrate Truth, is IMPOSSIBALL. Has 1.2 million views, and they just suppressed it like crazy. Not only do you get a disclaimer that comes up now and it warns you and says sensitive content, proceed, you cannot comment anymore on it. You cannot like it or dislike it. You can't even share it. And if you even try to go searching for it, sure, you can see a couple mirrors that people have done here and there. But if you try to look for IMPOSSIBALL, the one with the 1.2 million views, and you can find it easily on my channel. If you go to Celebrate Truth on YouTube, just scroll down to my documentaries, it's there. Again, this is crazy, what's going on. And it's going to get worse and worse. It's unfortunate. But, we definitely need to get the word out and spread the news, because, like I said, I think the days are numbered as far as being able to talk about these freely, even putting together documentaries like Shane Dawson did with his series, as we're going to read, and also, with Logan Paul and what he's doing. And whether you think it's a mockery, whether you think it's a good piece, the reality is this, that he's touching on a subject. I had I was with Logan Paul when he was at the conference, and I do know that he was like, listen, man, no one's going to tell me what I can and can't do videos on. So, he's trying to go against the grain. And I'll say one thing, that, bravo to him, because if all of a sudden YouTube is cracking down and he might, lose some features on his channel, or, something might happen, he's willing to take that risk. So regardless, they're not even wanting the topic to be talked about. That is definitely alarming, when someone can't even do this. Now, they're looking at Shane Dawson, and if you're not familiar if you go, I actually mirrored the flat Earth portion of it on Celebrate Truth. So if you type in Celebrate Truth, mind-blowing flat Earth, or mind-blowing flat Earth, you should be able to find the video, and you're going to see that I'm pretty sure that Logan Paul is going to be doing the same type of type of concept. I think he's trying to top Shane Dawson, but you can see even in the comments on Logan's video that he's actually saying, yes, this is a lot like what Shane Dawson did. But anyways, let's go into the trailer real quick, because if you haven't seen it, I want to play it real quick for you, and then we are definitely going to get into the article, because I think you're going to be really surprised when it comes to what we're going to find out here. Let's go to the trailer here, and let's have a watch.
Conspiracy theories. We've all heard them.
Global warming, it's a hoax.
Who killed John F. Kennedy?
But even crazier, people that actually believe them.
I'm gonna say this as a friend. Do you think the Earth is flat?
The Earth is flat.
Believe the Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat.
Satan's greatest lie.
Destruction. The world that we're living in has been misdescribed.
What shape is the Earth?
Flat. Think that the Earth's flat, because if it wasn't flat, then we would all be falling off of it.
It gives me great pleasure to announce for the 2018 Third Flat Earth International Conference, this many people can start questioning the reality. The truth sets you free. The truth sets you free.
The evidence they presented that they did go to space is nonsense.
Do you acknowledge that other planets are round?
I don't acknowledge that other planets are planets.
People could think that it's round is because the shape of your eye is round.
We don't have toilet water flying out on people in Australia because of gravity.
When you're taught that you just came from nothing, because the scientific narrative is nothing exploded and created everything. And we're crazy.
I didn't know any of this stuff before I came here, and
You're still learning.
The truth sets you free.
I can teach you some things.
it's tough because you've been told something your whole life and you've been a certain way, right?
Stop becoming a flat earther!
I'm not saying I am.
Man, Robbie, I just don't know what to believe anymore.
The truth sets you free. The truth sets you free. The truth sets you free. The truth sets you free.
My name is Logan Paul, and I think I'm coming out of the flat earth closet.
And we are being set free.
So it's coming March 20th. So remember that date, because I think it's going to be a big anticipation leading up to that date as far as his documentary. I know that he's put a lot of work into it. And again, I really don't know exactly, where it's going to be at. But what I can say is I personally believe that Logan will leave it open-ended. I think he's going to make a ton of people. I mean, you're talking he's close to 19 million subscribers on his YouTube. The trailer just was released yesterday. It has over 1 million views. It might be about 1.2 million views right now and climbing. But I really do believe he will take a Shane Dawson approach. And this is what is getting so many people worked up, is because just taking a Shane Dawson approach to these type of things gets people really worked up, as we're going to see in the Verge article. So let's wait. I'm going to read the article and then understand exactly what's going on here, because now they're trying to put the pressure on the big YouTubers saying, look, you can't even talk about this, whether you're putting a documentary, whether you agree with it or not. We don't even want people to see these videos. And this is what's most alarming. I think this is what's really important to understand what's going on. All right. As YouTube tries to crack down on conspiracy theories, some of its biggest creators are using them to bring in views and ad revenue. Logan Paul released a trailer today for a documentary-style video that goes inside a Flat Earth convention, which ends with Paul stating, "I think I'm coming out of the Flat Earth closet." The video arrives just over a month after Shane Dawson, another of YouTube's largest creators, released a two-part, 3+ hour series exploring a number of different conspiracies, such as the California wildfires were intentionally set. All right. Both creators' conspiracy videos brought in huge number of viewers. In just one day, the trailer for Paul's conspiracy video has brought in close to 1 million views. Dawson's two videos collectively have more than 62 million views. While both creators skirt around outright stating the conspiracies they're covering are real, They each play into the madness around those theories and present them as views worth exploring rather than outright falsehoods. All right. So before people get so critical on Logan Paul or other people, understand exactly what's going on. So they're even concerned that they're not saying this is outright stupid or falsehood. They're saying, look, there might be something worthy to look into. And I think that is what we're going to see with Logan Paul's documentary. They are running scared. This is crazy, the censorship that's coming down. Less than 2 months ago, YouTube said it would begin to limit the reach of misinformation, including videos claiming the earth is flat. Yet in a new statement to The Verge, YouTube declined to comment on whether Paul's video would be impacted by those recommendation changes and said that the video wouldn't run with an information panel to outright dispel the flat earth conspiracy theory. The company is hoping to roll out more information panels for more topics in the future. Now, if you're not familiar with the information panels, more videos you're going to go to, like moon landing ones, you're going to see like little Wikipedia articles and different like things showing that, of course, they went to the moon. And if you go to like something to do with vaccinations, they're going to say vaccinations are safe. Look what doctors have to say. Again, this is how YouTube's trying to combat it because they're getting a lot of pressure, but also YouTube is making a lot of money in ad revenue, and also they don't want to totally come down on free speech. So they're having a hard time with this, but the more pressure they're getting, they're trying to appease people. But the fact of the matter is they're not going to appease anyone. It's like you give an inch, they're going to ask, for a mile. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. They're going to do this, they're going to do that. And the pressure's still going to be on YouTube saying, nope, get rid of it. I mean, it's bad enough that you can't see them in the recommended, videos. You can't search now flat earth hardly and find anything. Again, for new people, they're brand new that type in flat earth, good luck finding anything good until you really dig down like 4, 5, 6 layers deep. Then you might start finding some, decent videos from some great content creators. But again, this is definitely censorship, and they're trying everything to stop, the spread of definitely flat earth. I mean, I did a video before showing the articles were coming out that they were coming against flat earth and 9/11 videos. I mean, wait a minute, guys. If you're coming here and you think the flat earth is so ridiculous, stop for a second and think, wait a minute, if it's just so crazy and so stupid, why are they so concerned? Why would they even link it up as being dangerous? As we're going to read in the article, let's continue. So the company's hoping to roll out more information panels in the coming weeks, whatever, but could not confirm it would appear on Paul's. Because remember, Logan Paul's documentary is coming out in less than 10 days from this video. Again, it's coming out March 20th, 2019. It's just the trailer that we just watched. That's exactly what's going on. I will link to it in the description as far as his channel, or if you want to go there and check out the comments, or you want to comment on his channel as far as all the hate that he's getting right now currently. YouTube has made it clear that conspiracy theory documentaries, even those that play into the conspiracy like Dawson's and Paul's, are still acceptable on the site. Dawson's videos have multiple ads, and they appeared on YouTube's front page when they were first released. The only place Dawson's videos didn't show up was YouTube's trending section. But even that's a plight that caught the attention of YouTube CEO Susan, who agreed to sit down with Dawson and discuss how the section works. All right, Dawson and Paul are both part of Google's AdSense program, which means they earn advertising revenue for their videos. YouTube has been careful about what videos get to run ads, and it has guidelines for both advertisers and creators that don't seem to apply here. Okay, so now what they're saying here is right now they don't fully apply here to conspiratorial videos. But again, there's going to be more and more pressure, and this is exactly how they're going to get content creators, people that are actually doing this. They're trying to make a living or whatever. They're going to make it really tough for people to do anything on YouTube, because when you take away any type of ad revenue or any type of way of earning an income, well, pretty much that dries up. Even if Paul and Dawson make light of the conspiracy theories, right? And this is important, listen to this. Even if Paul and Dawson make light of conspiracy theories, this style of humor can still be dangerous. Know Your Meme editor, Matt, in 2017 about flat earth memes, when they watching these videos also risks sending viewers down a recommendation rabbit hole that ends with a much more blatant conspiracy theory peddling. Paul's flat earth trailer leads to recommendations for a National Geographic and flat earth and all that together. We've seen this continually. When I started this 2015, I documented full well continually how people were linking these two together. And again, it's like science deniers, and they're linking it all in. And again, they're using the words dangerous. All right. It's not just, it's kind of crazy and it's kind of fun, like that guy you knew that doesn't believe that landed on the moon. Now they're getting to the point with their language of saying, look, we got to do something. This is dangerous. This is scary language, very scary language. I mean, I'm doing this right now in 2019. You might come to this video and it's going to be a lot worse in 2025 or whatever. But what I'm saying is this language is going to continue to amplify, and they're going to start, in my opinion, start linking up certain people to terrorist acts and stuff like that. It would only make sense for them to do a false flag and have some sort of thing as, you know, when they got in, they, you know, started searching the computer, or they got into the person's apartment and they found all this flat earth literature or, you know, moon landing stuff or government. They do this all the time. But to me, it's a very, very scary thing. The recommendation problem is something that YouTube is well aware of, and one that executives have reiterated and are wanting to fix. But without acknowledging the role top creators play in the continued exposure of bad actors, it's a problem that YouTube doesn't seem likely to fix. All right. So anyways, they're saying the story has been updated to include further explanation from YouTube on how it plans to roll out additional information panels in the coming months to combat misinformation. All right. Again, mark my words, it's not going to be enough. They are not going to say, okay, thanks YouTube, you put up things to warn people that this video is false. That's bad enough, but they're going to ask for more. This is what we see over and over and over again, saying dangerous. Oh my goodness, what are we going to do? But what I found interesting is when you get into the comments, all right, listen to the comments. And even some people that don't even buy into this go, wait a minute, what are we talking about here? Why is this harmful? All right, Andrew writes, what are harmful flat earth videos? What's misinformed? What's harm, right? It's for the people that wind up buying into that nonsense. He goes, well, how is that harm? It's like a virus. Those people buy into it and spread the info to their friends, family, and communicate online. One person in one of those groups buys into it and spreads the info in a similar fashion. It goes on, forming a large group. And now we have millions of people buying into conspiracy theories, spreading misinformation beyond the flat earth nonsense. That's how anti-vaxxers spread. And now there are children spreading diseases that were once under control or completely eradicated from areas. Andrew, so it's harmful because it's shared and a lot of people believe it? Does that mean all shared beliefs are harmful? Obviously, anti-vax is harmful, but that's not what, you know, what this person asked. So here's a person that's just coming in and he's just saying, well, wait a minute, what's going on? I'm sure this person believes in vaccinations and he believes all this stuff, and he probably, you know, obviously thinks flat earth is crazy. But it's interesting how he still can see, well, wait a minute, what's going on? Why is this harmful? The person says it's harmful because that's how things like measles come back. The person comes back to us and says, look, we're talking about the earth. If you already question the science behind the round earth, then it's not a stretch to believe in all kinds of harmful, unscientific beliefs like the anti-vax movement. So again, we're coming back to the whole vaccination thing, linking it up, you know, with flat earth and all this. So, but this is what Andrew says, neither of which are caused by beliefs in flat earth. The question was, in being misinformed causing harm? Yes, it does. Imagine a kid raised by someone who firmly believes nonsense like this flat earth. Maybe it's not measles or death harm, but it's the same root problem, and I bet there's a significant overlap. Ignorance is harmful. Well, I can definitely say that ignorance is harmful when you just laugh at something, you know, and you don't look into it. Again, if you all, you know, you're coming here and you think that this whole flat earth thing is ridiculous and it's nonsense, good, you should. That's the exact reaction that we all had at first. It is. It's absolutely, I mean, are you kidding me? What is 2019? There's people that believe the earth is flat. They've got to be crazy or stupid, right? The reality is that there's more and more people that are coming to this understanding. And you can't label everyone just dumb. I mean, I think the time of just name calling is over. I think it's curiosity. It's now getting to the point where, hey, rather than making fun of flat earthers, let's just ridicule them, you know, all this. No. Let's start moving into the dangerous territory. They're going to harm people. Now, think about it logically, really. Whether you believe the earth is a sphere or flat or a triangle. I mean, I've heard this terminology continually. And really, if you actually think about it from the offset, what harm is that? I mean, somebody believes this or that. But again, when you have all this pressure to move against, you know, these big YouTubers, you're seeing this time and time again. And I mean, even with these comments, I mean, they're going back and forth. And I mean, you know, being ignorant is harmful. Maybe not a physical level, but intellectually and perhaps socially. Really? It's harmful? It's dangerous? You know, so again, I just wanted to do this video. I saw this article, and again, I have it linked in the description. You can check it out. You can go into these comments. You can see how this dialogue is going on, right? All right, here we go. Yes, a society that doesn't believe in science is a society that has been gravely harmed. This is what M.R. Kite, writes. Only problem there, guy, is that what they're teaching now in the mainstream and with our origins is not truly science. Why don't you look up the definition of what truly science was and should be? And you're going to find out that none of it's being passed through the scientific method. Nothing's empirical whatsoever. Do you think anything to do with the universe is empirical at all? Zero. Do you think gravity has empirical merits? They can't even describe what it is. They say, oh, we know the effects of it. They'll give us stuff like, oh, we know that there's gravitational waves, or we know there's dark matter. We've never seen it. We've never tested it. We've never put it through the scientific method. We know it's out there, but we've never found it. I mean, guys, come on. They're going so far away from true science, and yet they're saying it's dangerous to question. That's what science was all about, questioning. And they're taking that away. They're taking that away from society. They're taking away that from the public. You got to remember the scientism priesthood have been in control for a very long time. And yes, I say scientism because I have no problem with true science. Science is a wonderful thing. Unfortunately, most, if not all, that is being taught today is under the branch of scientism. Nothing more than an agenda, a belief, pretty much a religion. Again, you believe it because it's the general consensus. Wait a minute. Why don't you talk to all the scientists that have come forward saying that we don't buy into the whole man-made climate change nonsense? They're pushing that agenda for climate, for carbon tax and all sorts of stuff. But the reality is there's some very credited scientists out there that they say the data is not pointing to what they're trying to push. But again, they link and say, you're crazy, you're dangerous, you're scary if you dare, question climate change. Again, I wanted to just kind of point this out because, like I said, Logan Paul is going to be releasing his documentary soon. And while I know a lot of people, very skeptical, they don't like him, there's all these different things that come out when it comes to Logan Paul. But what I can say, because I did spend time with Logan Paul in Denver, is I can say that I believe he is one that really honestly wants to search truth. He wants to look into things. Do I think that Logan Paul is going to be coming out as a flat earther in this documentary? No, I don't. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. But will he make millions of people start to question things? Say, hey, it's healthy. Let's look into it. What's the harm? When I talked with them, this is what was brought up. And when I told him, I said, dude, you want to go to the quote unquote edge, or you want to go to Antarctica? Go ahead. You're going to be turned away if you try to go, backpacking. He's like, man, I can do whatever I want. I'm like, well, you're not going to be able to. And that ticked him off. So if you can motivate people in the sense of saying, wait a minute, there's certain things that are off limits in this world. And one of them is Antarctica. If you think that you're going to go to Antarctica by yourself, good luck. It's not going to happen. It is unbelievable when you start bringing these things up with people and say, look, start questioning the Antarctica Treaty. Why is it that you have so many different countries that are in a treaty that they've basically been able to keep for so long when the whole world is all about wars and division and no one can agree on anything? And yet all these countries, for whatever reason, have been able to keep a pact for that long based on the fact of saying only science and government are going to go to Antarctica. And if you want to go there, you need a permit and you need a tour guide. But if you even try to dare go explore, you're going to be turned away. Heck, even business isn't even allowed to go there to drill. I mean, apparently there's a lot of resources there. But regardless, it's one of those things where it's fine to question. This is the Antarctica Treaty. What's so scary about questioning the moon landing? Can it just be kind of fun? Hey, I wonder, how would they fake it? What would happen? But no, they come out and they say that you're basically a Holocaust denier. I mean, I did videos showing the fact of when certain sports celebs had come out questioning the moon landing. And I'll tell you, man, the visceral reaction, how people came against them was crazy. I couldn't even believe how nasty it was. How dare you question the moon landing? You don't dare question that. Are you questioning slavery? You're akin to a Holocaust denier. I mean, they're using words like dangerous and linking us up with the craziest things out there. This is a scare tactic. They're running scared. They don't know what to do. All they can do is put pressure and say, wait a minute, we've got to stop this. And now they're really worried because the top YouTube creators like Shane Dawson or Logan Paul, the attacks are going to come to them next. Hey, wait a minute. If you guys are cracking down, why are you allowing these guys, with millions of fans to release stuff, getting people to question things? Because that's exactly what Logan Paul is going to do. Whether there's humor, whether he comes out or not, is still going to go, wait a minute, that was a good point. I mean, he interviewed me for 20 minutes And all the questions he asked me were legit questions. And I still hold to the fact that anyone asking me the same questions, I would have given the same answers. And I personally believe that the answers I gave were a good overview of what the general flat earth community believes. And again, it's important to be informed. We don't believe that we're in space, guys. We don't believe that we're on a flying pancake. This is the way they make it look absolutely ridiculous. If you think flat earth is ridiculous, well, it's even more ridiculous to think that we're on a flying pancake. We laugh at that. So, I mean, bring it down a notch, all right? Wait a minute. Well, wait, you guys don't believe in space or that you're in space. Well, how does it work? Get information first. Find out exactly what truly flat earthers believe. Logan Paul went to the conference in Denver. There wasn't one person there that spoke on the stage, any of my speakers, anybody that I brought in. It didn't matter whether it was vendors, even the attendees. There was no one even from the Flat Earth Society as an active representation. We don't even affiliate with the Flat Earth Society. They're the ones that believe in a flying pancake. We've gone as far away from the Flat Earth Society possibly as we can. You know, it's unbelievable to me, you know, how people will still use the whole flying pancake in space. Guys, we don't believe that we're on a flying pancake in space, period. Okay? Number one. Number two, we can't fall off the edge. Why don't you go to the edge? Why don't you go to the edge? Why don't you understand exactly what flat earthers truly believe before you start spouting off that stuff? Because we all did it. We're all guilty of it. I did the same thing. You know, you think of the ships going over the edge and all sorts of, that's crazy. That's nonsense, right? So wait a minute. What's going on? Why are so many people starting to wake up or at least question, wait a minute, the very basic thing, Earth, what we're standing on, what we're looking at in the sky, could it be this big of, you know, lie? Could it be this big of conspiracy? And the answer is yes, it could be. Is it worth the time looking into it? So when Logan Paul comes out with his documentary, you know, the same way that Shane Dawson, the people that are curious minded, the people that don't want to be told, you know, what they can and can't look into, they're the ones, the almost the rebels, you know, of saying, wait a minute, we want to look for truth, especially when truth is being stifled or when they're saying, look, you know, we don't want you to look into this because we're telling you it's false. It's a lie. This is where it goes. This is where it goes. And this is exactly what Logan Paul, you know, will release here in less than 10 days. And it will be a huge, huge influx of people, you know, looking into it. They'll be coming to videos. They'll probably be searching all sorts of things, you know, at least with the documentary. And this is what I will say is when they are featuring, for example, you know, in the trailer, it features like Nathan Thompson from the official Flat Earth and Globe discussion group on Facebook. He's in there. So if people see him, they kind of type it in, you know, they come to a good group that, you know, has good structure and also has some really good, you know, arguments, has good, you know, discussion points. Great. Awesome. You know, when they all of a sudden may have a clip of Globebusters or whatever, then they can kind of go there and they can kind of go deeper. I mean, on the surface level, people just take what they see. But understand this, whether it's the Netflix documentary, it's Logan Paul's documentary, it doesn't matter. It's going to backfire on them. Even if they come out to try to make flat earthers look crazy and dumb, the numbers keep growing. The numbers keep rising. So if anything, we need to applaud, we need to cheer on, we need to support anybody with millions of views that would even put flat earth. Wait a minute, flat earth? Did they just say flat earth in the spotlight? To me, I'm a big believer of that. People are so fearful sometimes of like, oh, but it's a hit piece or it's negative. Understand this. I came to Flat Earth on a video that was done in like 2007. All right. I've done, if you want to hear my whole story, if you just type in, you won't believe how I came to Flat Earth. It's on my channel. I tell the whole story. I show you the video I came to. It's an atheist mocking the Bible and bringing up this crazy notion that we're on a flat earth and that the whole thing was a lie based on Genesis. All right. So it's a video making fun. And yet here I am talking right now in 2019, organizing the Flat Earth International conferences, right? Running Celebrate Truth, doing all these documentaries. Little did that atheist know when he was going to make all fun of the Bible and start showing, you know, what Genesis shows as far as the flat earth. Little did he know that all of a sudden, you know, it would spark or that God would use him to humble me to really look at what Genesis truly says. And it was there all along. It was there all along. I mean, if you look at what scientism has told us, it's everything opposite. But the worst part about what scientism does, it's putting on a rapid pace. Continually, you'll see it time and time again. It's unbelievable what's going on. So anyways, if you guys have certain comments, Let me know. I'm more concerned by the day. I mean, and I knew that when Logan Paul was about to release this, I mean, people would start losing their mind. A lot of people think it's just going to be a mockery or it's going to be a big comedy and whatever. Again, I don't believe that. But understand this, even if it were, there's going to be millions of people. There's going to be tons and tons of people that are going to start looking into it, because people like me that come across a video making fun of something all of a sudden smacks me and wakes me up, and here we are, right? And I've heard countless stories of certain people that came to all sorts of different things. We are going to hear in the next few years people that came to flat earth through Netflix, Behind the Curve. Yep. You might think it's the craziest thing in the world. Mark my words, you're going to hear stories in the next 2-3 years of people truly. I've seen it myself. I've seen it, people claiming that, look, I thought it was crazy. I started looking into it. There's something here. So again, don't be so fearful of, whatever's presented. Understand it's the same mentality that a lot of us had at first. This is crazy. Are you kidding me? What, flat earth? But before you laugh something off, understand exactly what flat earthers believe. I'm not talking the Flat Earth Society. All right. I'm not talking about that. Understand that everyone at the Flat Earth International Conference, which pretty much the majority of Logan Paul's documentary will be based on that, because he was flying there and he was kind of learning everything, because Mike, his best friend, is a flat earther and he was dragging him out. And for the record, I will be releasing, more information, especially once this thing drops on March 20th. I plan to go on a few shows and kind of talk about everything that went down, because I think a lot of people really don't understand the events that took place. People think that all of a sudden, Logan just came with VIP passes, or media came with his camera crew or whatever. And I'm not going to go into it in this video, but what I can say is originally it was Logan and his 3 friends. There were no camera crews. There was no assistant. That all happened later. So understand, originally, it was his friend Mike dragging him to the conference saying, dude, like, I can't explain all this stuff, but check it out. We're in Denver anyways. They were going to be in Denver anyways. And Mike happened to see that the Flat Earth International Conference 2018 was happening in Denver. So originally, it was just Logan and his 3 buds. Everyone else, as far as the camera guys, came in, and I gave them full permission. I know exactly where they were coming from, and they were curious. And I don't believe everything so far, even to the point when I brought Logan on stage. If he's going to go crazy and make everyone look absolutely crazy, that's the time to do it. I mean, what a great punk. I mean, the greatest punk of all time is to actually go into a conference, get onto the stage, and completely make everyone look like idiots. That was the time to do it. Logan was nothing but respectful. His whole crew were awesome. They were great. Logan is, what he does. And I think he's going to be doing a Shane Dawson. So if you're not familiar with Shane Dawson, check it out, because I think you're going to see Shane Dawson on steroids. I think it's going to be quite an incredible ride. It's going to be dramatic, just like the trailer. That's just a hint of what's to come. I think it's definitely, as what I've heard from Logan's editor, it's Logan's mind getting more and more blown as he continues going down that rabbit hole and going, whoa, could this all be true? It's almost like waking up from a dream. The reality is there's going to be so many points presented. In the 20 minutes that I was with Logan in my hotel room and interviewed, he asked a lot of questions. But again, we touched on the moon landing. We touched on SpaceX. We touched on a lot of areas. The fact that we can see too far, water finds its own level. These type of things, if they make them, into the documentary, which I believe, because even in the trailer, you see clips of me in there, The Truth Will Set You Free. And when I talk about the fact that, the scientific narrative is that nothing exploded and created everything, there's certain things that were said in there that I believe will be in the documentary. It was going to make people think from many different avenues. So I feel good about it. I don't think it will be the best in the world, but I'll tell you, it's going to be better than I think a lot of people thought even 2 months ago or 3 months ago. I think as time goes on, more and more people are seeing the reality. And I'll tell you, with close to 20 million subscribers, there's going to be a lot of new people that are going to be waking up in 2019. Already there's been many from even Netflix. I've been contacted by all sorts of people I haven't talked to in years, just reaching out to me. And a lot of people are watching that. And while people maybe cringe, understand that the majority of people that hate it are the flat earthers. And yes, there's a lot of wrong with it. But understand that a lot of people are like, wait a minute, I want to look into this more. I want to look into this story, or I want to look into this fact, or really what's going on with the conference. I think even at this year in Dallas, Flat Earth International Conference 2019, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be curious and that are going to come out, because both Netflix and Logan Paul both feature, heavily the conference, where you can see all like the different speakers and presenters and just the community itself. So I think there's going to be a big interest this year, not just with the media, but also a lot of curious people going, well, you know what, if I want to learn everything in one shot, this is what I'm going to do. And that's exactly what Logan did. He's just like, well, rather than fast track it, I'm a busy guy, I can go and I can sit in on these sessions, for a couple of days, and I can get, caught up rather than watching all these YouTube videos. I don't even think Logan has a ton of time to be sitting and watching tons of YouTube videos. He's so incredibly busy. But I'll tell you, if you look at the hate he's already getting, you look at now what's going to happen here in the next week and a bit leading up to this documentary, you're going to see articles like this coming out where they're going to be going, uh-oh, what's going on? This is dangerous. What are we going to do about Logan or other people that even touch on these conspiracy theories like Flat Earth? And isn't it strange that in the last couple of years, the most dangerous and the one that they're trying to come down on the most is Flat Earth? You don't even hear 9/11. You don't even hear, moon landing. You hear Flat Earth. I mean, I've done videos showing that they continually put Flat Earth in their titles with everything. They're running scared. God is using this truth to open so many eyes. And Satan doesn't know what to do when it comes to this, just because of the freedom of information, the freedom of speech, all these type of things. So all they can do is start clamping down. But understand that when the truth is on your side, there's nothing to fear. But it's important, because the days when we could easily share videos or we could find information, it's not going to be that way. I do not believe in the future that it's going to be that way when it comes to, our children when they're growing up, if they're going to have the freedom that we had, being able to search things, share things. I think those days are numbered. And possibly, 2019 and 2020 could be the last years where we're going to see big releases like Logan Paul or the Netflix documentary or whatever like that, even touching on the subject, because again, this is what they're saying. Even touching on this subject gets people to look into it. They even recognize that even if you bring it up, you even give it a platform. We've heard Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye and all these guys saying we shouldn't even debate this. We shouldn't even talk about this because it gives it a platform. Listen, if science is so settled, shut it down. I mean, science, like they say all the time, it should be very easy. But if you are curious and you want to look into this more, check out, different shows like Globebusters or Flat Earth Debates. You're going to see scientists, people with PhDs. You're going to see very educated people, one by one, completely getting destroyed when it comes to a scientific debate, when it comes to their theories on the heliocentric, Big Bang cosmology that everyone has believed from an early age, right down to the globe. How do you prove the globe from Earth, right? How do you prove the Earth from Earth? And I said this to Logan. I said, how do you prove the Earth from Earth? Because every time we bring up the Earth, everyone points in the sky. What about this? What about that? How do you prove the Earth from Earth? Scientifically, empirically, that's it, right? I'll tell you one thing. If you do, you'll be very, very famous, because the shocking thing is it's never been done. Pictures are not scientific proof. That's not at all anything to do with science. So don't be saying NASA pictures, and don't be saying, have you ever been in a plane? Because understand that even Neil deGrasse Tyson says even at 120,000 feet, you still can't see curvature. Hello, planes are at about 30 to 35,000 feet. So again, a lot of people parrot what they've heard. They talk about, the edge, and they talk about this or that. Understand truly what the flat earth is about, because it's not about what you picture in your head the minute you hear those two words. It's not what you think. And start looking into it, and you'll realize that it's not just a bunch of gullible people. It's not just a bunch of clowns or, people that have low IQs. It seems like the only thing that people want to do these days is just name call. Again, come on. How long can you do that? Just calling people names? Come on. Let's come to a proper, civilized debate. If you think the science is so settled and you got science on your side as far as everything has been proven, should be no problem. You're going to find out very quickly, there's a big problem. There's a reason why this is escalating, why it's growing at such a rapid pace. There's a reason why YouTube's in damage control where they're trying to shut it down. Think about it. Who cares? Who cares if someone doesn't believe it's a ball? Really? That's so detrimental to society? But no. Again, it used to be where you could kind of believe in different things. Hey, a person believes in Bigfoot, or people, they just laugh it off or whatever. But now they're using words like dangerous, especially when it comes to flat earth. So again, just my thoughts. Honestly, I think it's going to be very interesting here in the next 10 days. 2019 is shaping up to be pretty incredible as far as just getting on the radar, definitely freaking people out as far as mainstream media. I think we're going to see more news articles come out. We're going to see a ton of stuff coming out. Mark my words, as far as dangerous. What is YouTube going to do about this? What's Twitter going to do about this? What's Facebook going to do about this? And unfortunately, I think the world that we're living in and we're moving in is really Orwellian when it comes to 1984, when it comes to that type of idea, and they're going to move that very, very swiftly. I just find it intriguing that they're so scared about this crazy topic called flat earth. Really? Flat earth? I'm sorry, man. There's something going on, and I think people are starting to recognize that, especially with something that's so out there, so crazy. And who cares? Because you hear this all the time. What does it matter? Who cares? Right? Who cares? Well, it seems like a lot of people care when they're trying to shut this thing down. Mark my words, you're going to see more and more articles. I'll be doing a lot more, commenting on it, actually probably leading up. Like I said, I'm planning to do a bunch of interviews to go through the story about, what happens with it. But I just find it interesting how the mainstream media is responding, how the pressure they're putting on YouTube and other social media platforms to say, hey, listen, this stuff is dangerous, because these guys aren't just outright saying this is false, this is wrong. They're coming out and they're entertaining it. They're getting people, wanting to look into it more. Well, that's a great thing. There's nothing wrong with questioning things. We should encourage questioning things. When people try to stifle that, when they try to make it that you can't question things anymore or look into things, it's exactly what I said to Logan. And he said, listen, man, he goes, I'll tell you one thing. No one's going to tell me what and what I can't look into or what I can't touch on or talk about, and I applaud him for that. I definitely do, because I think he's going to come in. And I told him, I warned him. I said, dude, you do this, you're going to come under a complete firestorm. And he's like, well, I've gone through one before, it won't be anything new. And he just has that type of personality. So he's going to touch on this in a big way. I would say to date, this will be the biggest, YouTuber tackling this subject on this level. I mean, with the trailer coming out with a full documentary. And like I said, it'll be interesting to see what the after effects are. But I think I'm pretty certain that in Dallas, Texas, this November at the Flat Earth International Conference 2019, we're going to be hearing a story of someone that came to Flat Earth through Logan Paul's The Flat Earth to the Edge and Back. So it's going to be crazy. Thanks so much for tuning in. And I'm going to put on the 24/7 back here in the next 5 minutes. So stay tuned, and I will have that rolling. And you can, if you want to go deeper, check out my documentaries, The Global Lie, Scientism Exposed, Scientism Exposed 2, Impossible. Again, you're going to have to basically go to my channel and go look under my documentaries playlist to find Impossible, because like I said, they've already basically shut that one down, where it's got all sorts of limitations on it, no comments. It's just unbelievable. You can't share it. What are they worried about? Anyone that's seen Impossible, I'm sure a lot of people have, because it's a pretty popular video. What is so scary about Impossible, where you shut down the comments, not being able to share it, not being able to search it, and you can't like it or dislike it? Again, guys, I didn't turn any of those features off. I've never, ever turned off comments or likes or dislikes on any videos ever in the 500 videos I've done in the 4 years that I've been doing this on Celebrate Truth. Not once. YouTube, however, said this video is worrisome. So if you're ever curious and you want to find out exactly what's going on, maybe check out Impossible on my channel Celebrate Truth under my playlist documentaries, because this one, for whatever reason, has really got them rattled. I do have a appeal to YouTube. We'll see what they say. Again, let's not jump to conclusions. Maybe I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it was an error or something. But if it's not, then I think, honestly, I encourage anyone to download that, because there might not be possibility to find it very easy in the future. It's impossible, and it's a one word, and you should be able to find it on my channel under documentaries. But good luck trying to search it. And when you do find it, good luck trying to share it. They've removed the sharing features. You can kind of do it creatively, but even when I shared the actual URL on Facebook, it won't even show the thumbnail or the title. It just says YouTube. Try it. You'll be blown away. You'll actually take the link when you find it. If you're on the mobile or your phone right now, trust me, you won't be able to share it any which way. But if you're on like a desktop computer, if you grab the URL when you get to it and you try to share it, and I'm talking about the one on Celebrate Truth, the one with 1.2 million views, it's just going to say YouTube, no thumbnail, no title, nothing. So it's the first for me. I haven't seen something being done like that on any of my videos, to tell you the truth. And I'm just really surprised that they've put a whole warning up. So the minute you click on it, you're going to get this big warning, big advisory warning. And do you want to proceed? But hopefully you guys will check it out, and appreciate you guys joining me for this live stream. It was just kind of out of the blue. Let's do a live stream, and appreciate every one of you. Thanks so much, Jason, for modding, and all my mods in the live chat. It's great to know you guys have been super supportive from day one. Great to see everyone that's in the chat right now. Hey, Billy, how you doing? I know Nathan was here before. I'm not sure if he's around anymore. Nathan Thompson. I mentioned him as well when it came to the trailer. But yeah, Robert Fouché is in there, and other people, and it should be pretty good. We'll see what happens. But I just wanted to show the fact that they are running scared, labeling anybody that promotes flat earth or does a documentary as dangerous, and what's YouTube going to do about this? And YouTube's going to come under more and more pressure, but it's not just YouTube. We're all going to be coming under pressure, and we're all going to be labeled dangerous, which to me is the scariest thing in the world, when all of a sudden, just because you believe in something, you're now deemed dangerous, and we got to do something about it. So thanks so much, everyone. I'm going to put the 24/7 back up here in 5 minutes. I really appreciate you tuning in. We're going to do another live stream here soon. And hopefully you guys all get ready for the Flat Earth to the Edge and back. And if anything, post something in there, something to make people think or something, because there's going to be a lot of hate coming Logan's way. It's already happened. So take care. Blessings to y'all. And we will talk to you guys all soon. Appreciate every one of you. Blessings.